Okay.
Now it's 7 o'clock. Now we can welcome everybody to the, what is it, February 28th meeting of the Board of Supervisors, Rye Township. Please rise for the pledge of allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You want to lead us in a hymn of psalms? Yeah.
You bow your heads for just a word of prayer. Our Father in heaven, we thank you for this day. We thank you, Father, for this township and the people that live in it. It's been a great experience for my wife and I to live here. We pray that you would continue to bless the people of this township. We pray, Father, that you would be with the people in Kosovo as they're going through some very, very tough times. We pray, Father, that any of the churches that are over there that are having difficulty, that you would protect them. Give us the knowledge, Lord, of who they are, that we might continue to hold them in prayer. We pray, Father, for this meeting tonight, that whatever's said and done here would glorify you. We pray these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. Do we have any citizen participation at this time? Sure. Just state your name, please.
Schulze.
Okay.
Joe had been to the recreation board,
Okay.
and he wants to talk to, I didn't know you were coming tonight, I want to put you on the agenda, but he wants to talk to you guys about an Eagle Scout project.
Okay. Yeah, typically we have them sign in.
Did you sign
We
it?
didn't.
I did not.
Oh, okay, do you would like to sign it? I know he was at the recreation board, and Nancy's not here. Yeah, I think it's Kenny's chair.
Sorry for all that.
Okay, so my name is Schulze. I'm a member of Troop 56 and I would like to talk about the potential Eagle Scout project idea. So, like I said, I met with the rec board 2 weeks ago, and I went over it with them, and I got their approval, and now it's to support. So I have, this is just a proposal written out that Mr. Brown would like to. So basically what I'd like to do is build what's called a little free library here at the park. So for those of you that are unfamiliar, it's a structure, it's about like 4 feet tall, and it's sort of shaped almost like a bird box. And the way it works is that there's books in it, and people can take one, and then the idea is that in return they donate one back to it. So it maintains a cycle of taking and giving books. So if possible, I'd like to construct one and place it here at the park. All of the like financial and construction aspects could all be taken care of on my end, along with like maintenance of it, like in the future, once I'm like passed through my troop, like my troop will take care of it for as long as it is up and running.
Can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
Did you construct the one out at that cemetery?
I did not.
Okay, that's a nice one out there.
That was done by the,
What's that?
that was done by the last house.
Okay,
On the
that's
road.
nice out there.
That
Yeah,
is
it looks
very-
really good. Yep, looks good. Yep. I just wondered.
Yeah.
But that would be the same, did you ever see the one out there?
I have not, but I know there's
It's
a
probably the same thing.
yeah, it's a popular project that many people have.
Right, yeah, looks good.
Is this our copy? For the township then, Joel, or is it-
Yeah, so I would need a signature then,
Okay.
if, or be approved, and that would be on that.
Okay, okay. We've got some other things cooking at the moment, so we can't give you an answer this evening.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll get back to you. Is there a date that you need?
It doesn't really matter, date isn't important, I just need to contact them.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I saw your email addresses in here
Mm-hmm.
and your phone number. Okay.
Where are you gonna put it?
So that was something that would need to be discussed. I had a potential location with, that I presented to the report, but they said that most likely wouldn't work, so I would be open to basically any location, like that would sort of be up to you guys.
You have to talk to the PCA.
Yeah.
Well, depending upon where it's put, that's what I was asking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, now, were you planning on putting it over in the park
That-
here, or it could be either?
I was thinking about the park, that was where I had in mind, but I mean, like, the specific location is not, nothing's like set in concrete.
Okay.
How much room do you need to construct it? Approximately?
Not approximately, but I know that it is not significant at all. It's not very large. It's
Like how wide?
I think it's about like this wide.
3 feet?
Yeah, so it's nothing significant.
Did you put it right up front?
Mhm.
Yep.
So it's on, put in the post?
Yes, it is. It's the,
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
idea.
sounds like a good idea. Yeah, let us ponder it and get back to you.
okay. I think I do need part of that document.
Should I make a?
Yeah, if you don't mind, just make it. You have two?
Yeah. I'll just leave the one that has my information.
Okay.
Yeah, I have other copies of that. So that just has no information.
Do we need a copy of the one?
Could you email it in?
Yes, I could. Yes.
Yeah,
So I see
that'd be
it.
great. Yeah, if you just do the whole package.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Do you have our email? It's on the website.
Okay.
You want me to give it to you?
I can find it. Yes, I saw it on the website.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, thank you all.
Thank you.
You bet.
Great job, thanks.
Yep.
And I forgot to mention, we had two executive sessions today
I thought it was at the end of the meeting, community speak.
I'm sorry?
I thought it was the end of the meeting, community speak, but I have something.
The first citizen participation is for items on the agenda.
Okay, I'm sorry, I got you.
Just second.
I got you.
So, yeah.
Okay, so I was
just
right.
trying
Okay.
to help things flow a
All
little
right,
better.
thanks.
That's all right. Yeah, so we had an executive session, I forgot to mention, today, very brief one today at 1 o'clock. Discuss personnel issues and then also just here at 6:30 this evening, we had some items to review with our solicitor and also the personnel issues. So we had those two today. And that was, John, you're on.
Yeah, he's one.
Okay, for later, okay. Approval of the minutes from the January 24th, 2020 meeting. I didn't see any issues with it. I can make a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
John Stahl, second. All in favor? Thank you. Very good. Zoning code enforcement report. Yeah, so this is from January 21st through February 23rd. Update on projects, township projects, by Brian Gilbert. Certificate of use for 110 Scenic Drive, and discuss 499 Mountain Road, 1005 Flowers Lane vehicle violation, 2600 Idle Road was reviewed and approved. Approval of zoning permit application, 45 Copel Road grant extension, and 1000 Flowers Lane review and approval of zoning permit application for accessory structure. I'll put that up here if I'd like to take a look at that. Sewage enforcement. And this is from January 27th till February 10th. We had 5 items, for a total of $475. Inspection, chisel inspection, pressure inspection. That's also up here. And then road reports, Brad, you said you were there?
Yeah. Lime cinder in the road, mixed salt cinders, wash and clean up trucks and backhoe, repair the body on an older dump truck, and got it ready for inspection. Cut up trees and on Mountain Road and Pine Hill especially, cleaned up all the debris out there from all the high winds we had. And repaired the chains on the truck, and met with, and we installed 2A multiplied out of Pine Hill at the bridge, because they had a big hole out there. And met with, HRG Engineering on the annual bridge inspection.
Thanks, Brad. Do we have a rec board for this evening?
Nancy said she was coming, I'm not sure why she's not here.
Can we visit that if she does come? Emergency management report.
The only thing I can think of is the weather is starting to break and people are gonna get out, cleaning up their yards and what have you. They could just be careful with their burning, because we're getting into that season. Along those lines, the Municipal Fire Company's been building a brand new brush truck, and they hope to have that in service by the end of March. And its primary use is mostly in Rye Township for brush fires, EMS calls, and storm-related stuff. So keep our eye open for that.
So if folks are burning brush, making amount of brush, they should call them?
If it's a large quantity, they should call Perry County Communications.
Okay.
Let them know they're having a controlled burn.
Okay.
But if they're burning smaller amounts, just be careful.
Okay.
Those little fires turn into big fires.
All right, thank you very much. Financial treasurer's report, Daisy.
The general checking account began with a balance January 1st of $45,285.18. Had receipts of $38,935.41. Expenditures of $43,079.36. With $5.05 interest. The balance February 1st was $41,146.28. The Penny and Bank checking account had only interest activity and had a balance February 1st, $560,463.36. American Rescue Plan Fund monies, nothing was expended. Interest of $21.19, giving us a balance February 1st of $124,756.93. The general savings account had only interest activity and had a balance February 1st of $2,509. Liquid fuels checking and savings, which are pretty much dormant in January. The checking had $540.60 as of February 1st. The liquid fuel savings account had a balance February 1st of $2,660.63. And I'm still getting information on the ARP funds, but as Dan knows, and most of you might have heard already, they really relaxed the standards on it. So we don't have to go through the lost revenues and all of the other things that we were going to plan to do because we didn't, I forget what the maximum is, but we don't need it.
There's an assumed loss of revenue of $10 million. State Farm.
We didn't lose no 10 million, so I think we're good. We don't have 10 million. Okay, so we're working on that, and there's still, I actually just got an email today that there were some new guidelines added to, the Treasury added some new guidelines. So now they're going to have another webinar next week. So they're still hashing things out. So, but we're getting there. And we should receive the other 50%, they said around the same time that we received it last year, which will be the end of June.
Okay.
That's it.
Thank you, Daisy. Moving on to resolutions, resolution 2208, transfer Visa card cashback to Marysville Bank checking.
This is just the annual where you get your cash back. Maybe some of you have a personal one like that where you get cash back. We used to use it a lot for our recycling when we had advanced disposal, but we no longer have that, so there's not a whole lot there. But I'm going to transfer it from Members First Credit Union and the savings down there to Marysville Bank into the check. And that's what this is, just documenting that little bit of money transferring from one bank to the other.
Motion to approve resolution 2208. Do we have a second?
Second.
John Stoll, second. All in favor? Aye. Speaking of the recycling, do we currently pay all that cardboard under the wet?
$320.
Okay, where we used to make money. We didn't make money?
We didn't make money.
Okay, but they hold it for free, and now we pay. Is that how?
No, they always.
We've always paid. Okay. I thought
Maybe
I
way
thought you were
back
better
when they started, they used to take in some aluminum, but that was a long time ago. For the last quite a few years, we've been paying to have a recycling program.
Yeah. That's just something.
Resolution 2209, transfer 2022 liquid fuels allocation CD. Is that to Penny and Bank, from Penny and Bank, or within Penny and Bank? It says Penny and Bank.
Yeah, it's going to Penny and Bank, and it's
Okay.
going to, it's going from Bank of Landsberg, I'm sorry, to Penny and Bank, because I even have this written out wrong, so. Too many transfers. But yeah, it's going from 0.10% in the highway money market account, which is the account that it just is transferred from the state. And it's going in, I'm going to transfer it to Penny, and because I can get 0.35% on it. The amount, I just received the notice today from PennDOT, $120,699.64, which is less than they estimated, which I'm really surprised, but they said people were just not, that was for previous years, so people were not driving as much. Now with the price of gas, they may not be driving as much again. But anyway, I want to take it and to get a little bit of interest out of it, and it's no penalty, so I can pull it in and out whenever.
We'll make a motion to approve 2209.
Go ahead, man.
Second.
Okay, Brad, motion, and John Stoll, second. All in favor?
Olvera.
Yep.
Resolution 2210, transfer U.S. tank monies and CDF Bank of Landisburg to Penny per 2022 budget at maturity.
Yes, this one is per the budget, which was, we're going to add 5,000 to it. It currently has, I'm looking at the wrong one, currently has a balance of $16,592. That's approximate with the accrued interest, and it's going from 0.10% into 0.35%. And it will have a balance approximately at the onset of $21,592 after I add the $5,000 that's in the 22 budget to do so at maturity. I think it matures the beginning of March sometime, first or second week in March. So I'm asking for authorization to move those funds and add that 5,000, even though it's in the budget. That's how I document it.
John, does that signature indicate a motion? Second? Second. All in favor? Aye. Moving on to new business, bulk road salt contract.
Oh, okay. Every year, you have to complete this by the middle of March. And I just want to confirm the required tons again for the township. We currently are required at 125 tons. You're obligated to purchase at least 60% of that. But you can purchase up to 140%. And I understand our stockpile will hold about 75 tons, which is 60%. So, do you want to keep it at 125 tons? Last year we used 129. I'm not sure where we're at right
We can
now.
up it just a little bit.
Whatever your stockpile will allow you, because you must be able to keep at least 75, I mean,
Oh,
at least
okay.
60, you have to purchase at least 60%,
Okay.
and that would be 75 tons.
Okay. We can put it
I mean, if you want to put it up,
there. Just put it up a little bit,
like, from 125 to,
140, is that be all right? Yeah.
as long as you have,
okay.
now you figure you're gonna have some residual.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, because
Okay.
he has to mix up down there.
140?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you need to make a motion for that.
Brad, is that a motion?
That's the motion, yep.
All in favor? Aye. Thanks, Brad. Okay, approval of the 2021 Planning Commission Annual Report.
Well, I sent a copy of
Thank you
that
for that.
around, and it was recommended for approval by the planning commission.
And Sean's here from the Planning Commission. Anything to add, Sean?
Nope.
No? Well, thank you again for that. Make a motion to approve the annual report from the Planning Commission. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
And a second. All in favor? Thanks again, Sean. RFP for spring bulk cleanup. Did we get two?
Yes, we did. There's the two. You want to look at them? We're very, very close.
Tiger and Sylvester's.
Tiger and Sylvester.
Delivery fee, they both charge $0. Hauling fee for full dumpsters picked up $225 from Tiger and $224 from Sylvester, so the same. Tiger total cost per full. Oh, the 20, okay,
Yeah.
okay, sorry. Okay.
He said he's just in there preventative with the cost of the fuel going escalating.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it would be, but he wanted to put the upfront value.
Tipping cost per ton, Tiger was 85, Sylvester's was 31.39. Two to three scrap containers provided at no charge. Yes. Well,
They're the same, yeah.
and then additional fuel charge, as you said, that Tiger is $20 per plow. A case like this, Dan, we required to go with, because they're very close to one another, but Tiger has, when was the last time we used Sylvester? That one?
Well, a little bit, yeah.
Been a long time.
Tiger's a little more expensive, but we had very good success.
What was the total cost?
You have a.
Less than 11,000.
Oh, my goodness,
Oh, yeah,
yeah, yeah. We just do this, I sent out, there's all of them, I sent out quite a few, and, a couple of them, I did have an inquiry this year from Republic, and, they were very interested, but they can't provide somebody on Saturdays. They don't want to do that. So, but I have a contact now, so maybe that will change, because I noticed they're kind of, creeping into this area. If you see the public trucks around, like in East Spencer, a couple of
I've heard
them.
of it.
Yeah.
I can't recall, has Sylvester's quoted recently? They were just not the lowest?
No,
or-
they haven't provided a request for proposal for quite a few years.
Why maybe back in,
No, they did not. I don't think they ever left the area. They told us when we started needing so many dumpsters that they didn't have enough, and then they didn't have the trucks because the trucks kept breaking down. So they didn't have the equipment. That's what the concern was, why they hadn't bid for a while. But I don't know why maybe they got more equipment.
Okay, being Tigers performed for us recently and regularly and have done a good job of upping promotion at the Tiger Court. Second.
Who's executive.
Who's that?
Go ahead.
You both
John-
did, you
John's
kind of
still
both did at the
second.
same
Okay,
time.
Brad, all in favor?
Yep.
Okay. You need to, sign that, Daisy, or?
No.
Okay.
I'll get the contract together and then, I'll have you sign it. That's why I think too. I think that's why Sylvester could do it a little, as far as the fuel, that was a little understandable. Is it close?
Mobile trash container delivery delayed until the beginning of April. I saw that there's a bunch of them back there. Is that all of them that are?
All mine.
Okay, okay.
We're just trying to help them out, to put them down there to help them.
It's mainly because of the weather, and also they are so short-handed right now. They need to meet with us, because there are some people that, or some areas have people, but some locations that may need exceptions, or something, I don't know. They're gonna have to tell them, they're gonna have to deal with some of those long private drives that are gravel.
Yeah, we gotta get them up there, we gotta hold them up.
But they said they'd be coming up like middle to the end of March. That's why the distribution won't even start until April. But that may be best with the weather. Trying to get people to deal with something new in snow plows and everything else. I just thought it worked out for the best.
Okay. We don't need any motion.
No, I just think I've had
It's just a-
people calling and
informational.
asking
Yep.
about when, so that would be a good thing to mention.
Mhm.
Luke's not here, so.
Well, if Luke calls in.
Yeah, I'll have to tell him.
We'll have to get with them then and get a meeting together
Get
to
it,
talk
yeah.
to them, get some of this stuff ironed out.
Yeah, definitely. I have a list
Okay.
of people that have called. I have
Yeah, we'll have to
6
start
or 8
ironing some of that out.
locations anyway. And several people called in the same private drive.
Okay. Moving on to announcements, March 13th is daylight savings time, spring pool. April 15th is Good Friday, the office will be closed, but there's no change in the trash collection. March planning meeting has been canceled, that'll be tomorrow, right?
Mhm.
Yep. Next meeting's gonna be April 5th. Is it? I'm sorry, is it? It's still on the township calendar, though.
It says cancel.
Oh, it does say can,
Yeah.
okay.
It
I
says
saw it
cancel.
quickly. Thank you.
Mhm.
Spring cleanup is gonna be May 6th from 6 a.m. to 1:45 p.m. on Friday, and May 7th, Saturday, from 8 a.m. till 12 noon. Okay. Moving on to approval and payment of the bills, Dave.
General fund checks 17263 to 17288 in the amount of $44,056.59. There were no expense checks voided. Payroll checks 8013 to 8020 in the amount of $4,466.47. Payroll checks 8021 to 8026 in the amount of $5,095.59. There were no payroll checks voided.
Thank you for that. Make a motion to approve payment of the bills. Do we have a second? John's all second, all in favor? Okay, moving on to the second portion of citizen participation. And I'm sorry, if you wanted to, if you just, excuse me, put your name up there, please. Sorry about that, this is a new procedure for us, so we're still catching up.
And I wasn't out there to catch it.
Oh, that's. We're all busy. Okay, we'll just go in the order.
Okay.
If that's all right. John?
Sure. John Schulze, as you all know. I was just wondering, did our website get migrated over? I know that's been 14 years in the making, it seems like. So I was wondering if it did,
Migrated over.
to the new system or whatever it was supposed to be.
I just talked to him last week, and he wasn't answering my emails. Actually, I sent an email about 2 weeks ago. We were told it was going to be done the end of January. Then we were told it was going to be done the first week in February. And so finally I'm like, okay, this was not done. Please let me know ahead of time, because if it's around a meeting, I can't post. If I can't post, I can't post. It would be down completely. But I said, please let me know. And I heard nothing. So finally I sent an email and I said, this is very frustrating. No one's getting back to me. Can you please let me know, where are we at? And what's going on. And he said that they're working on it now. They have a temporary site set up for us, but he said they have, I forget how many, and I don't know. I just keep getting the runaround, but I do believe we're next in line. He said there's a temporary site, and I said, please let me know. Do you need more information? Do you need, color schemes? What do you need from us? And he didn't get back to me, but he said it just had been so busy that our website, he feels, is ready to go, but they've got to get our website ready, the temporary site ready to migrate it over. And that's where we're at right now. So I did check on it, but it's not done.
So our current site though is still the old one, correct?
It has been updated. There are some updates to it. You might not notice it, but I do. Whenever I go in to do things I couldn't do before, smartphones have been on, but that was one thing that you couldn't access our site before through a smartphone. You can now. So there have been changes. You might not have noticed them. They're just more behind the scenes. I noticed them. When I go to update, it's completely different. And most things I've taught myself, because just from trial and error, okay, how do I do this? There's a few things I can't do yet. They say we will have training when we actually get over there. But yes, I've seen a difference. There are some updates to the current site, that they had to update our site to even move it to the new platform. So there were some changes done. It wasn't just sitting out there, dormant all these times, but they're working on it. I really want to get a new website. That has been my desire for several years. But I want to get, it was so antiquated that it would cost the township more to move it on our own and pay someone else to design a website for us. Where if we go and let them bring everything up to the current platform that it needs to be, then if we don't like it, I don't know if we'll like it. We might not like the website that they're working on. We can change some things with it. But if we don't like that, or we don't like how they designed it, then I'm willing to look into maybe there's a whole lot of different designers out there. And I've even asked some of the girls in the area. Actually, we went through this a couple of years ago before John was involved. And we were trying to find another company, but then that's when Cedar Cog told us, oh, they're going to be migrating us. We're going to have a whole new website. I thought, oh, well, great. And we don't have to worry. But it's just been, and some of it was COVID. I don't want to keep using that as an excuse, but that certainly was because they were closed. They were completely closed longer than usual up there. So that put everybody on the back burner. But now he assures me that within the month we're going to have our new website. So we shall see. I've been very disappointed at the speed at which things. I keep trying to be patient. I keep really trying to be patient with them. Like I said, I'm hoping we can get it over to the new platform so that the technology is up where it needs to be. And then we can move. The board can do whatever they want. If you don't like it, if it just doesn't seem to meet our needs, there's so many things you can do with the website that we can't do with our site right now.
Yeah, so I don't know the first thing about designing the website. So this is being done through Cedar Cog?
Cedar Cog is doing it for
And they shop it out to somebody else?
They're actually doing it
all.
they're doing it in-house right now.
Okay.
That's what's taking so long. He did tell me there's only 2 guys working on the updates.
If we were to go outside,
Mm-hmm.
did they give any idea what that cost? Yeah,
I didn't look at it, no. You could range. It depends, how fancy you want to get.
You can do your own on GoDaddy.com, come on.
Well, that's just it, yeah.
But no, you can't do that. But I would strongly suggest that whatever it is that they do, that before it actually goes live to the public, that you guys check it out and make sure
Oh,
that it is what
definitely.
you are.
Definitely, there'll be a time.
Because in the last couple of months, I've encountered several websites that they've changed everything all around, and they did not change them for the better.
I know.
And that's a problem.
That's
So,
true.
just a word of
It's
caution,
not,
that's
it's
all.
not user friendly, it's user
No,
friendly.
they go the wrong way. I don't.
So, do you think we'll have a response this, for the next board meeting? And what was
I
your
hope
sense
so.
From them?
I hope, that was my sense from them, yes. That we were like, the impression I got from an email, which is hard sometimes when you're not talking to someone, but the impression I got from that was that we were like next in line because they have our temporary website set up. He said, whoever he talks to, he said, I have to double check with them that it's ready to go so that information can be migrated over to that new website. But they shouldn't go live with it until we get to see it. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
until we look at it and say, oh, because there may be mistakes that are made with people's names. I mean, I don't know what. There could be a lot of.
As long as they get a record to it.
Oh, I know. I know. It really, I never dreamed it would take this long. Believe me, I did. It is time.
The follow-up to that was, I was going to ask, is the meeting minutes section that was on the website has now been chopped to only 2018. It used to include all the way back to 2007.
That was part of getting ready to migrate.
So I'm just bringing up that we just lost 11 years of history that people could actually see, and now it's gone, or whatever, I think it's 9, whatever it is.
No, they actually told me to do that. So I started taking, they said to take out anything that really wasn't necessary. And I went through websites and they said, most of them only have 2 or 3 years of their minutes out there.
Okay.
They don't go back to 2009. If you
Did
wanna
they
go-
give us enough heads up that we were able to make an electronic copy of our own? Or we already have?
Oh, I already have.
you-
it. I already have
Or make it a one document for an entire year, or one document for 5, something like that, that people can actually look at. So, trying to cut down on your right to know requests, or,
Yeah,
that people can see
I
it.
didn't realize that that was
So,
cut. I
because,
saw it today and I saw it was short, it would have been registered on that. All the subsequent years are
I
now
think,
gone.
I can't remember, there's other things too I got rid of that I just thought was redundant.
Yeah.
I mean, most of them are not out there. In fact, the guy said to me, you don't really want all those out there. So, I mean, they deal with a lot of them, so I don't believe that most municipalities keep that many on the website. They get rid of them.
We're in a reason why people don't keep them, maybe argument one way or the other.
If you have them electronically and they can be accessed, that's certainly fine. Doesn't have to be necessarily post each meeting on the website. But if there's a way to put a minutes for a whole year
I don't
in a
know.
file or something, but
And have it accessible through the website.
in something like that. I don't know what it is either.
my big, I'll remind you of back in November, it was all about trust. And now we've made it that, hey, this is the amount. So I just want to bring it up that in case you guys didn't see it, all those meeting minutes have now been wiped off the website.
That
So,
wasn't the motive to try to lock people out of our minutes. They're public documents, absolutely accessible to the public. Anybody that wants a minute,
it's just much easier to see them on there than have to go through you to get them, that's all. So,
And I, Daisy, if I were you, I'd ask them a question. The first question I'd ask them is this cloud-based? That would be a serious question that I would ask them. Because
You mean, you're talking back to CETA.
to the website, if it's cloud-based, that is not a good thing. I'm sorry.
Not a good thing.
That is not a good thing.
It can be like that.
Jim, I hate to say this, but that means the Chinese have it like that. I mean,
I know they've been tracking Rye Township.
see, I know. But this day and age, that's just not a real big deal. But
We are not on the cloud.
yeah,
So,
that should stay that way.
I know some people
Just let you
use
know.
it for backup on the cloud.
And I'm sorry, help me out.
Olvera.
Olvera, okay,
Yeah.
okay, just like it looked, okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
You,
Yes, sir.
you guys answered some of the questions that I have about the trash receptacles. I live on Kemmer Drive,
Okay,
and that's probably a mile and a half long.
Yes.
And I mean, I live near 850, so it really wouldn't impact me that much, but I know some of the people are elderly, and it's a real long distance, and it gets frozen really bad in the winter, and it's not, it's just a lane. But, I mean, it sounds like there's gonna be some meetings about who can have exemption, who doesn't, so you already answered my questions, basically.
We've already had calls from people back there.
Yeah,
I mean, they're not gonna wanna drag that goes down over pretty
right,
quickly.
it's almost, there's almost houses to the Cumberland County side, you know what I mean? At least to the back of the game line, it's the last house. And they have to go up a peak and down, so.
Yeah, Brad knows. Yeah, Brad is gonna meet with them, because he actually did the trash route when they did trash here, so he knows all the locations.
I mean, now, most people just, like when it's ugly out, just wind down their window, throw the bag of trash out, you know what I mean, and you don't have anything to pick up, and you don't really have to, get out of your car.
Everybody else adds to it too.
Yeah,
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 that's
so that was my only thing, you guys answered most of my questions.
okay.
okay,
Thank you.
yeah, thank you, Rob.
Try to get you an answer.
Pardon?
We'll try to get you an answer.
Okay, thank you.
If you want, you could leave your email and I could let you know the results of that, or?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, well, we don't have anybody else listed for some citizen participation, and that's our last agenda item, so with that,